If this reading landed on your For You page, money is about to flow your way like water. All right, things are flowing more effortlessly, constantly, and consistently into your world, into your reality. Now, we do have two cards that came out, Second Chance, and we have Apology here. All right, so you have a second chance at something. It says reconciliation, making amends, opportunity, and then apology, forgiveness, return, and sorry. It's interesting, this reading so far. Again, whenever you're watching this, it can be for you. If you would like a personal tarot reading, a private one-on-one session with me, Akashic Records, or to check out our new cheat sheet in astrology for unlocking your hidden wealth, check out that box below. It does have everything that you will need and the pinned comment. And just thank you for being here today. If my energy or my readings resonate with you, feel free to like, share, subscribe, go click on that notification bell so you can know when the next reading does come out and the rest of the Soul Tribe can find us. Now we do have Second Chance and Apology here. What this reading feels like is this wealth timeline came to you before. 111 on the clock as soon as I say that. So you could be seeing the number 111. Things are flowing and manifesting for you. And with these two cards already, that's what I'm seeing. When it says second chance, there's a wealth timeline that has presented itself before to you. I'm seeing in the past 8 to 25 years specifically, this wealth timeline appeared before. It's coming back again, all right? You're having some sort of quantum leap timeline jump. Things are about to start flowing easier, constantly, consistently, when it comes to wealth and prosperity in all forms. But there's a key part of this reading where it's more of a second chance, okay? This could be like a road, a path, even a form of income that you've had before, like I don't know why I'm seeing insurance. Is someone watching me that works for like an insurance company? Like what I'm seeing is, say, I don't know, you joined an insurance company at 21, you end up going back to it at 45, and then say making 3 times the amount that you made at 20. It was like something like that is what I'm seeing. Now for some of you, maybe you do work in insurance because for some reason that came to mind. There is something, a wealth timeline that has already presented itself to you before in the past 8 to 25 years. It's coming back around and it's going to be bigger this time. All right, now what do we have for the collective on this money, wealth, and prosperity that is flowing their way like water? Why do we have second chance and apology? Because your devotion is recognized. Oh, for some of you, there could have been some sort of also ancestral healing. And the ancestral healing is actually what's resurrecting this wealth timeline for you. Now, for some of you, what I am seeing is the money, wealth, the prosperity blockages and obstacles, they may have been a little bit more in the unseen. With the ancestor card here, there could have been an ancestral blockage to wealth. Ancestors are also the root chakra. So I would ask, were you clearing the root chakra or ancestral blockages? It does say connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And then we do have Krishna, devotion. And it does say trust your spiritual guidance. We understand that what affects money, wealth, the flow rather of it in our lives, it's much more than just what we see, right? Emotional realm, the mental realm, spiritual realm, right? Energy does affect money, wealth, and prosperity. And that's what I'm seeing over here. There's some sort of clearing that you've been through, but I'm hearing exactly 8 to 25 years. Now, this wealth timeline is going to come back to you. All right, and for some of you, what I'm also seeing is there's something that you've invested in for 8 to 25 years. It's about to take off for all of you investors out there. We're going to grab this deck over here. What do we have for the collective on money, wealth, and prosperity is flowing like water? What do we have for the collective today on money, wealth, and prosperity is flowing like water into the collective's life? Why do we have second chance, apology, ancestor spirit, and devotion? What do we have? I kind of wanted, I don't take cards that aren't face up, but the way that that flipped. Eight of Swords in reverse. I like that, which is it's freedom. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse is freedom from the blockages and the obstacles. So just confirmation. Yes, you are flowing, or manifestations, wealth, prosperity, abundance in all forms is flowing like water to you. Blockages and obstacles have been removed. Now, in the beginning of the reading, I did mention the astrology cheat sheet. It's only $555 USD, but it does reveal your hidden wealth in your birth chart. And for this energy, for some of you, check out your second house. Check out your 8th house in astrology, as well as Saturn and Pluto. It feels like it's coming from one of those. And for some of you, I'm also hearing Taurus placements. Now, what do we have for the collective on money is flowing their way like water? Why do we have second chance, apology, ancestor spirit, and devotion? For money is flowing their way like water. Why 8 of Cups? Why 8 of Cups and the 9 of Cups? For money is flowing their way like water. Justice, order, balance. Now, confirmation for some of you, and really all of you, if you're resonating with this reading, what I'm actually seeing is, because it says spiritual enlightenment, and the cups, right? So the energy of water, the flow of water, that is the signs of Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So we do have a lot of water here. Water is emotions. It is spirituality. It's that 4th house, right? It's the 8th house. It's the 12th house. So check out those houses in your astrology chart as well for hidden wealth. What I'm seeing is when it came to wealth and prosperity, like money flowing like water, there was something within to clear. It wasn't without of you. For some of you, you tried everything to make things work. That's what I'm seeing, of just trying to make things work. And it's what's giving? There was a hidden blockage. That's what I'm seeing. A hidden blockage. Let's see what that was. What do we have for the collective today? What do we have for the collective today? Money is flowing their way like water. Why second chance, apology, ancestor spirit, and devotion? Why the 8 of Cups here? Now, for some of you, I'm hearing you don't have an ancestral altar. And even if it's a corner of your dresser, maybe a whole altar, whatever it may be, that your ancestors want you to create a space. So it may resonate with you. What do we have for money is flowing the collective's way like water? Why do we have second chance, apology, ancestor spirit, and devotion? Why the 9 of Cups here? Like water, baby. Like water here. Ace of Cups. For the collective, what do we have on money is flowing their way like water? Why the Hermit card? Balance. So within, so without. In the past, right? In society, in the world, and I'm ringing in my left ear as I say that, patriarchal systems, we always, we were programmed to, work, hustle culture. Some of you are releasing ancestral, and now what's the word? Ancestral patterns. I like that word. It says pattern on here, or wound. Ancestral patterns, say with wealth and prosperity. So that can look like clearing out scarcity, lack. We were all, we're so programmed to hustle, whether that be our ancestors, or this patriarchal world. People are programmed to physically, say, work hard. It's also never taught in schools, right? We talk about financial literacy. Why isn't it taught that money is a science, that it's energy, right? Which means that if wealth, prosperity, again, in the form of energy, not just actual money, if it's energy, then that means that It's influenced by the unseen, right? By emotions. Ace of Cups over here. By the things that we don't see, right? The alignment. Say, for example, I'll give the example of, say, someone who's just working and never taking a pause. If you show up to your 9 to 5 every day and say like you didn't meditate, I'm also not saying that you have to meditate daily at all, but say, I don't know, you go years without taking a rest, without even taking a pause, meditating, etc. Then like you get sick, right? And then like you don't know why you're working so hard, but still things aren't working out. It's because there wasn't, what I'm seeing is your vessel, but I'm seeing it as a hologram. So more of your energetic field, your light body, but I'm seeing your light body along with, like the physical body, mental body, emotional body. There were energies that you had to clear that you did not see, that were just as important as everything else, right? Like say you did everything where you hired all the coaches, you had the degree, you had everything, right, on the outside, and still not, like why aren't things flowing for me, or why am I working so hard and things just don't seem to be working out? This is why here, all right? Now, for the collective on, money is about to start flowing their way like water. Why do we have second chance, apology, ancestor spirit, and devotion? Why the Chariot card, Wheel of Fortune, and the 8 of Cups? Why the Chariot card? Ooh, I like that. I like that we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. All right, this energy has been cleared. I love it. It says ending conflict, reaching an agreement. You had to walk away. I actually want to dive deeper into the 5 of Wands energy. This reading is going to go deep of exactly how does this wealth, money, prosperity start to flow your way like water? Because what I do see is there's a way of how it happens. Why 5 of Wands in reverse? Oh, this card wanted to come out, Justice. Why 5 of Wands in reverse here for the Chariot card, Wheel of Fortune, and the 8 of Cups for money? Queen or King of Pentacles sideways. Not exactly in reverse, sideways. And I actually see what this is. Not leaking your energy. Many of our ancestors were never taught of how to not leak their energy, or just how, and oh my gosh, the ringing in my ear of my left ear. So for some of you that may resonate. That's what I'm seeing. Like say, for example, your ancestors and maybe generations struggled with things like money, wealth, and prosperity. What I'm hearing is like not even knowing where to look or what to look for, what to look up, what to Google. What I'm seeing is like ancestral, almost chaos is what it feels like. Ancestral conflict, struggle. But part of it is, it's mentally, it's emotionally, right? And like what I'm hearing, I don't even know if I should be honest about what I'm seeing in my mind's eye right now. I really don't. I'm seeing your brain being seasoned. Okay, and for some of you, like the ancestor spirit, if you resonate, adobo. Adobo. I'm seeing your brain being seasoned. Just to even think differently, right? Like our ancestors, it was normal to be in survival and to accept that, to be complacent and to not know that you can have a different experience, a higher quality experience in life, right? And so then people go generations of sometimes complacency, not knowing any better, right? Like what I'm seeing is for some of you, you come from an ancestral, it's maybe generations, right? Mom, dad, maybe before that didn't know any better. They didn't know any better. Why 5 of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles here? This burden, this ancestral burden is not yours to carry. You are the one who makes investments. For some of you, I'm going to speak it upon your life right now. You are the richest ancestor in your lineage. Believe that, reclaim it, and own it. Remember it. And please remember too, we're talking about money. When I use the word money, even on this channel, it's always going to be in all forms. Always. Completely always. So general timeless reading, when you hear that word, whatever you think. 10 of Wands. You don't have to carry the cross of your ancestors. And that's what I'm seeing, like the heavy back, right? Or the heavy weight on just one chosen one in a lineage, right? The weight that they carry on their back, releasing the cross from their back. And it's from your back though, collective. You are the one that had to clear out so much ancestral baggage. And that's actually what was in the way of, say, wealth and prosperity. Not only is it the ancestors, right? Like, say, these blockages, maybe mentally, emotionally. We live in a patriarchal world that is evolving. The system was not built for you, and so that's just to begin with. This whole system is kind of operating against you, against your ancestors. And so what I see is you actually walking away from all of this. And symbolically, the only way that your wheel turns is by walking away from even the ways that you used to identify with the old ways. Not identifying with that ancestral pain or chaos, or the karmic cycles in your ancestral lineage that blocked and stopped and suppressed and oppressed money, wealth, and prosperity for much more than just you. But what I do see is you're like that chosen one. You are the new ancestor here. And I do want to speak upon your life, and it's showing it in this reading. You are the ancestor that reclaims all forms of wealth. Because again, please understand that a form of wealth is emotional intelligence. It is perhaps financial literacy, right? And then if you have that, a form of wealth is also the spiritual literacy and wisdom of how wealth frequency works. So many different things, where many of you are reclaiming ancestral wealth, but it's actually more than just, say, wealth and prosperity in the ways that people may think of it automatically. Why do we have Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups? For money is going to start flowing their way like water. Now we do have the Fool card. Why the Fool card here for Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups? Why Fool card here and the Six of Cups? Why Two of Pentacles and the Hermit card? How do I word this? Now, Fool card did come out in reverse, but I actually think I know what that's saying. Why Fool card in reverse with Ace of Pentacles? Yep, keep going. Yep, and then the Death card. Where, look at that, the Sun card. Success, joy, optimism, liberation, and freedom. For example, right, I spoke of financial literacy. It's actually both, though, and it's showing here Two of Pentacles. It's important for us to know how wealth frequency works beyond, say, patriarchal systems. And then, literacy in all ways is good too. Wisdom in all different ways is such a form of wealth and is priceless. Now, to clarify the Fool card over here, we do have Nine of Wands, the Death card. Where? I'm hearing give a man $1. Give a man $1. Now, what I'm actually thinking of in this reading is COVID. I'm going to just use COVID as an example. People were given a lot of prosperity during COVID. There are some people that use that to invest, to start businesses, etc. It's not even, say, donating to people, right? And again, remember in this reading, I'm seeing your ancestors season your brain. It doesn't matter what ancestral lineage, your ancestors are seasoning your brain. And what I'm seeing over here is, like, again, the example of COVID, right? How many of you are watching this and maybe saw your mom, your dad, this or that, that even got the money or got the donations or this or that, but they just didn't know what to do with it. Right? If you were given 10K, would you invest that, or would you go buy a bunch of clothes and this and that and then leave over $200? You know? That's what I'm seeing here. Where it's wisdom. Ultimately, it is wisdom, because you could, I'm hearing, give a man $1. You could do that and then it still leaks, right? What I'm actually seeing in this reading is you're no longer leaking your energy when it comes to money, wealth, and prosperity. Your ancestors are actually supporting your journey of becoming wealthy, of money, wealth, prosperity, abundance of all forms, flowing your way like water. And it's more of like, well, this is how. You know, where again, it's like, for example, it's not even money flowing your way like water. When it does, are you prepared and ready to hold it, to scale it, to contain it? That's actually what I'm seeing here. And then here, right, we have Ace of Wands. This is your power. This is a new beginning. What do we have for the collective on money's about to start flowing their way like water? Why the Hermit card? 2 of Pentacles. You are making investments. 777 over here. Okay, put it in the comments below. 777. Now, when we speak of, again, the ancestors, the Knight of Wands, the Death card over here. This is also a card of learning. And I want to see the Hermit. Why do we have the Hermit card here? What is the Hermit card here for the collective? Money is going to start flowing their way like water. Why the Hermit card here? Why the Hermit card? There's someone that you're clearing out. And why the Page of Wands here for the Hermit card? Why Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles to clarify this Hermit card? Why the Tower card here to clarify this Hermit card? Why the 2 of Swords here? Now, for some of you, did you cut out a Aries, Leo, Sag? There's someone that's completely cut out. It's the only way that this has come in for you. And you do have the Hermit card. So what it shows is you went into hermit mode. But it's like this comes in, somebody is cut out. For the collective today, money's about to flow their way like water. For the Hermit card, why the Tower card with the World card? You actually had to cut something out completely. And why the 2 of Swords with the King of Wands? You had to cut something out completely. Now, the King of Wands could represent a lot of things. It can represent someone in your life. It feels like it does. We do also have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant represents tradition. Oh, baby. Some of you, like, you had to actually even cut out, though, wealth and for this wealth, prosperity, money, say timeline to come in for you, where it's flowing easier, constantly, consistently. There's old ways that you had to cut out. The Hierophant represents traditional institutions, traditional values, tradition. Ancestral lineages are meant to raise in vibration. So for some of you, this can look like religion. It could look like, well, this is just how we do things here. I want to grab a clarification. I'm going to grab this tarot deck. What do we have for the collective on the King of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Swords for this money, wealth, and prosperity? It's interesting. You have the 7 of Pentacles almost 3 times here. Because there are certain things from the ancestors, maybe certain ways, even certain traditions and values. You do not even that you do not, it could have been what was causing the blockage here, 7 of Pentacles. Like the old ways, To clarify this Hermit card, why do we have the King of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords? For money is flowing their way like water. It's interesting. I'm open to the flow of the universe, but it only comes in the flow of the universe as you cut this out. Who or what is the King of Wands? Who or what is the King of Wands here? It's interesting. And who or what is the King of Wands for the collective? The Wheel of Fortune. I'm seeing this as you becoming your own leader. King of Wands over here. I make choices with clarity. Seven of Cups. And what does this Seven of Cups represent? Whoa, baby. Okay, let's talk. Queen of Cups over here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Money is about to start flowing your way like water. You got the Ten of Pentacles here. You had to get clear of exactly perhaps what that is for you. And I'm going to try to word this the best way. Our ancestors, right? Many of maybe people's ancestors watching, I would say most, right? America, like, you know, most of our ancestors came here on a boat kind of thing. And, you know, I'm thinking like Ellis Island even, you know, even if you're European, you know, this is not home, you know, it's kind of thing where the American dream, right? What I'm seeing is in the past, you may have been chasing a wealth and prosperity and money, like timeline and path that wasn't completely for you, like whatever it may have been. It wasn't in alignment. You didn't believe it, right? Limiting beliefs, scarcity. If the Seven of Cups also represents choices, it does represent the astral realm. It represents the emotional, the mental realm, illusions. And what I'm seeing is as you go through some sort of, really it feels like an ancestral clearing, you can see your money, wealth, and prosperity timeline clearly, very clearly. This Ten of Pentacles is yours. However, it has taken clearing something out here. Now, for some of you, I'm seeing something in my mind's eye, so I'm being called to channel it because it may resonate with you. You know, like families that stick together. There's something, though, about you having independent wealth here. You do have the Hermit card. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Like I'm hearing herd mentality. That could be your community, right? It could be your actual family, but herd mentality. And ringing in my ear, what I'm seeing is you're not meant to be in a herd mentality. You're meant to lead, to govern yourself. You are sovereign. You are liberated. And so is your wealth and prosperity. Now, for the collective in this reading, what is the outcome here? What is the outcome when it comes to this money, wealth, and prosperity flowing their way like water? Confirmation, though, of flowing like water, this feels like a reading where the blockage is unseen. Okay, the blockage is in your 4th house, which that is the house of family, 8th house, or the 12th house. Either way, the blockage of money, wealth, and prosperity was hidden. Now, for some of you, it's very specifically the ancestors or spirituality. And that's what I'm seeing here. 9 of Wands and then the Hangman. Why 9 of Wands and then the Hangman here? Why 9 of Wands and the Hangman? Ace of Pentacles here. All right, and you had the 3 of Pentacles. All right, it says new abundance. There you go. New opportunities for abundance flow to me effortlessly. Page of Pentacles, we're going to leave off the reading there. All right, so that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. Money, wealth, prosperity in all forms is flowing to you like water. What do we have for the collective today on money is flowing their way like water? You've cleared out so much illusion. Okay, we do have dreams, illusions over here. What's another card of advice when it comes to money is about to flow their way like water? If you could see how that card hit it, Oh, look at, I love that. It was kind of aggressive, but it was really nice too. Like, you have positive expectations, beauty, where it's funny just the way that that card fell out. It's kind of like spirit saying like, hey, spiritual bestie, get your mind right, okay? Have positive expectations. Be patient, okay? It does say patience and stillness over here. All right, this is what's coming in for you. If you would like a personal tarot reading, private one-on-one session with me, or to download our astrology cheat sheet, it's only $5.55. Feel free to check out the website below. As always, thank you for being here, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.